Can men get pregnant?
Do you ever feel like the world has suddenly flipped upside down? What used to be considered niche opinions are now front and center in our schools, workplaces, and even our laws. The concept of woke culture has exploded onto the scene, turning societal norms into a battleground. But here's the kicker. Not everyone is buying into this new narrative, and some people are calling it out loudly and clearly. Let's dive into one of the most talked about instances involving Senator Rand Paul. Now, Paul isn't just a politician, he's also a medical doctor. So when he confronted Rachel Levine, a high-ranking health official, about the use of transgender medicine for minors, it wasn't just politics, it was a battle of expertise.
The specific question was about minors. Let's be a little more specific since you evaded the question. Do you support the government intervening to override the parent's consent to give a child puberty blockers, cross-sex hormones, and/or amputation surgery of breasts and genitalia? You have said that you're willing to accelerate the protocols for street kids. I'm alarmed that poor kids with no parents who are homeless and distraught, you would just go through this and allow that to happen to a minor. I would hope that you would have compassion for Kira Bell, who's a 23-year-old girl who was confused with her identity. At 14, she read on the internet about something about transsexual. She thought, well, maybe that's what I am. She ended up getting these puberty blockers, cross-sex hormones. She had her breasts amputated. But here's what ultimately she says now. And this is a very insightful decision from someone who made a mistake but was led to believe this was a good thing by the medical community. I made a brash decision as a teenager, as a lot of teenagers do, trying to find confidence and happiness, except now the rest of my life will be negatively affected, she said, adding that the medicalized gender transitioning was a very temporary, superficial fix for a very complex identity issue. What I'm alarmed at is that you're not willing to say absolutely minors shouldn't be making decisions to amputate their breast or to amputate their genitalia. For most of our history, we believe that minors don't have full rights and the parents need to be involved. So I'm alarmed that you won't say with certainty that minors should not have the ability to make the decision to take hormones that will affect them for the rest of their life. Will you make a more firm decision on whether or not minors should be involved in these decisions?
Senator, transgender medicine is a very complex and nuanced field, and if confirmed to the position of Assistant Secretary of Health, I would certainly be pleased to come to your office and talk with you and your staff about the standards of care and the complexity of this field.
Let it go into the record that the witness refused to answer the question.
She didn't answer the question. What do you think about gender transforming procedures on children? Next is a classic one. This woman thinks men can also give birth. A senator asked a woke feminist activist the now infamous question, can men get pregnant?
Good morning.
Or
Mr. Chair, members, Marilyn Rodriguez with Creosote Partners on behalf of our client, the Arizona Coalition to End Sexual Domestic in opposition to this legislation. Leaving discretion with the courts and prosecutors is in the best interest of survivors of sexual domestic violence, and we strongly encourage a no vote against this legislation, which we believe is an attempt to place a greater value on unborn human life than victims. Thank you.
so, Ms. Marilyn, can men get pregnant?
Mr. Chairman, yes.
Okay.
Okay. Mr. Chair, to that point,
And I'm not done. Define what a woman is, in your
Mr.
opinion.
relevance, point of order.
Thank you very much.
It is relevant, and point of order not recognized. I would like you to answer that, because you are speaking on behalf of a bill that involves pregnant women, and I would like to get your take on that.
Mr. Chairman, I'm speaking in opposition to a bill
Right.
related to the against people who are pregnant.
Against a woman who is
Women.
pregnant. That's in the bill, not people, woman. So I would like you to explain, what, in your definition, what a woman is.
Mr. Chairman,
Yeah.
there are people who identify
Women.
as different genders who are capable of getting pregnant. That is my position on this. I am not going to feed more into the bigotry of that question.
Okay. Well, thank you. I just want to make a comment of, the reason I asked that question is there's two different philosophies in this room regarding this bill, and I think it is relevant to this bill. And I concur with Senator Rogers It's a sad day in our nation where you have a bill that's being run that is protecting pregnant women. Just a few short years ago, we knew what a woman was. We knew men could not get pregnant, and I still believe they cannot get pregnant. I was called a bitch this morning because of that philosophy. It's insane where we become, and until we continue to push back on the that's out there as to men getting pregnant, people that cannot define what a woman is, and we have to keep telling the truth.
This moment sparked an eruption of reactions online. Some applauded the witness for pushing boundaries and challenging traditional norms. Others saw it as a symbol of how far society has drifted from reality. What do you think, though? Should we adapt our definitions to fit evolving identities, or are we losing touch with the basics? Drop your thoughts in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, and subscribe for more eye-opening content just like this.